Well, hi and welcome to this video. This is a behind the scenes video from last week's trip to Rowney Woods. I decided that I would do some behind the scenes footage, and I may continue this actually for all of my videos. So basically what I'm doing here, little chat about why I decided to go, little chat about what happened while I was there, little look at the images afterwards and some of the comments that you guys have given me. So I hope that you enjoy this. Let's start right back on Saturday evening, the night before I actually went on the trip. So it's Saturday evening, the 5th of December, and tomorrow around this area is forecast to be absolutely like misty, foggy conditions up until about 10-11 o'clock. And do you know, I just can't turn it down really. I haven't done a vlog now for, oh God, how long? Over a month. Back in October, I think, was the last time I recorded a vlog, somewhere in sort of late October. I haven't done anything at all over lockdown. I've sort of really tried to be careful and just stay right out of the way, basically. But I thought, you know what, I need to get back into it. I haven't released anything for ages, and you know, I want to get another vlog out really before Christmas, definitely. So I'm heading out tomorrow. I'm probably going to go back over to Rammermere Heath, which is, you know, not too far away from me, about 20-minute drive away from me. See if I could take advantage of the foggy or the misty conditions. Now, do you know what? I just really feel like I need to get out and go out and do something. So that's the plan. I'm going to pack all my stuff up tonight. May or may not shave the old hair off because it's getting a bit long, let's be honest. Might have a nice new vlog trim. I definitely need to have a shave. And I'm going to head out and get there for sort of sunrise tomorrow, and yeah, see what's what and see how it goes. So it's now Sunday morning. I didn't sleep great last night, to be fair, but then I often don't when I can't get my words this morning, when I'm going to wake up to do a vlog. But while I was laying in bed last night, I was thinking, trying to pre-visualising the sort of shots I was going to take today. And there's this one particular area of Rammermere Woods, or the Kingswood I think it is, which is next to Rammermere Heath. And it had these really tall beech trees and all the tall, very straight verticals. And I was thinking that looked great in some mist. And I remember last time I went, I couldn't find it because I've been there previously and didn't vlog it. And I tried to find that place again when I did vlog it, but I couldn't. So then it occurred to me, well, why don't I go somewhere that's actually full of those types of trees, rather than heading off to somewhere where I'm going to struggle to find them. So actually there's a place just up the road from me. I've been there before, vlogged it before once, good 2 or 3 years back now, a couple of years maybe, I think it's called Rowney Woods. I'm going to have to Google it to actually find out for sure. But it's closer than Rammermere, and it's full of these really straight verticals, which should look really good. So yeah, that's the plan now. I'm going to go there instead, and see if I can get some nice angular shots in the mist. So I don't know if you can see me, but it is a proper pea super this morning. It looks absolutely fantastic. But it's really weird because I'm actually quite nervous. I know that I'm already thinking to myself, what the hell am I going to say? You know, how am I going to do this vlog? What am I going to focus on? What am I going to talk about? Because I haven't done it. I haven't vlogged now for 6 weeks, I think, nearly. Probably is 6 weeks. That's absolutely crazy. I haven't been out of the house much in the last sort of 5 weeks. I haven't picked a camera up in anger for, you know, since I went out and did that last vlog. So it's part of me woke up this morning and thought, oh God, I really hope it's completely clear and I can just go back to bed. Wow, it's getting misty here. Now we're out of the town, we're out of the village into the open areas. Jesus. Yeah, can't really see quite what's going on ahead of me too far. But yeah, I get nervous. I get like, if I haven't vlogged for a while. I haven't been out. I forget what I'm doing. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say to people? What am I going to emphasise? What am I going to focus on when I'm out doing the vlog? How am I going to do it? I've forgotten. I'm sure I'll be alright. I'm sure I'll be alright. So I'm here at Rowney Warren, and bloody hell, the place is absolutely full of cars, and it's only just past sunrise. Oh, this is going to be fun. It's foggy. I mean, it's fantastic conditions, but I hate vlogging when there's loads of people around. I'm going to have to try and find a quiet spot somewhere. Mind you, the good news is it's quite a big wooded area, so we should be all right. All right, let's get my gear together and get going. All right, see you soon. Okay, so I found myself I say a quiet spot. There's someone just walking up behind me. Reasonably quiet spot. So I think it's time to get the vlog started. Well, good morning and welcome to this week's vlog. Today's vlog actually. I won't call it this week. So I finished the vlog and wrapped it all up, and then came across this shot here, which I'm going to put on this little behind the scenes bit instead of on the main vlog, so you've got a bonus image. Aren't you lucky? It's gorgeous. It's just a little sapling with some leaves on and some colour around the vertical trees with a bit of mist in the background. Brilliant. So yeah, so I'm actually finished now. It was a good day, good enough day, but there's a lot of people around. We'll have a chat when I get back in the car anyway. So I'm back in the car now, on my way home, but that was really enjoyable. I've got to say, it's got less misty as the day's gone on, although saying that, it's quite misty when you get back out here onto this main road again. But in the woods, the mist was just dissipating as I left. But I feel like I got some really good shots. Bumped into Nigel, who I've bumped into him twice now. Socially distanced, definitely. I didn't go, to be fair, I didn't go within about 10 feet of him, or anyone else really for that matter. I was trying to stay away from everybody, but I bumped into him twice now out on location. Both times it's been really misty, so he must bring the mist with him. So yeah, but I feel like I got some good shots. I feel like I got one or two really good shots, I'm hoping anyway. I'm not so sure about the vlogging and the B-roll. I'm still getting used to using that gimbal. I've got a new gimbal that I'm using, and it's fine for B-roll and what have you, but I'm also using it now to talk to, and it can move a bit. You have to keep your hands still, so I'm not sure how that's going to look, and I'm not sure if I actually got enough B-roll. I feel like I got a fair bit, but it's probably going to be a bit of a challenge putting the vlog together. To be honest with you, I don't know how long it will be. It might well be a short one anyway. But yeah, overall a really successful trip, and I'm really glad I went there, because the trees were spot on for what I wanted to get, and also there was a fantastic clearing where there were lots of older sort of, I'm not sure what they were, but there were more of your sort of traditional sort of, I don't know, bendy, gnarlier trees, and they still had leaves on. So plus I got that bonus shot that you would have seen in this that wasn't in the vlog, and that was a lovely one. I think it's lovely. It looked lovely when I was taking it. So yeah, all in all, yeah, really good. Now all I've got to do is get home, process the images, edit the video, put it out there, and see where we go. That's all. Simple. Yeah, just got to process everything now and edit everything and put it all together. Oh yeah, no problem. That'll just be a 5-minute job, that will. So yeah, not. So I'm back home now. In fact, I've been back home for quite a while because it's actually a Tuesday morning. I'm not going to say I'm back at home in the office or in the studio, because let's be honest, I don't have an office or a studio. This is kind of the extension. I always find it funny when people go, right, I'm going to take these back to the studio, and you're like, it's your bedroom, mate. Your spare bedroom. Anyway, never mind. I'm back home now, and all of the images are edited, and the video has been edited and put together. I have to say, I had an absolute nightmare with the video. The editing went fine, but then I rendered it all out, and when I checked the final version, there was a tiny little bit where I'd missed a little bit of colour grading, a fraction, or I put the colour grading on a fraction late. I think it was a fraction late, and so he's probably, a lot of people, maybe, I don't know, maybe you just look at it and go, nah, don't worry about that. But for me, it was like that. Those little things are really important. So I then went and corrected it, and then whenever I tried to reprocess the video, it took forever to render out. And in the end, I gave up on that, and I just rendered the very small part which was incorrect, and that I corrected, and then overlaid that over the top of the actual rendered out video, and then re-rendered it out, and it kind of worked, if that makes sense. So what I thought I'd do anyway now is just go through some of the photos with you. So let's just have a quick run through of some of the images in the video. I'm not going to go through all of them because we'd be here all day. This is the first one I'm going to show you, and the reason I want to show you this, well, there's a couple of reasons. Firstly, it's one of my favourite images, but secondly, I just wanted to point out that I broke the rule that I'd set myself almost immediately in the video. If you remember back to the video I mentioned about trying to isolate all of the main trees so there were no overlapping elements, and instantly, after taking this one, I noticed that these two trees here are completely cojoined. There's no separation at all there, which is actually okay. I think it kind of works all right because there are no gaps. It's almost like one large double tree trunk, if you like, going up. So I kind of get away with it. The other thing I really like about this image though is I think it's well balanced, but this little area of light here and this path leading into it really takes you through the image. And this is not an accidental feature. This is absolutely done on purpose. So when I was actually setting it all up, setting the shot up in the first place, my vision for it was to have a lighter area here and the path leading into it. And that's done by putting in a radial filter and just pulling up the exposure a little bit, and maybe the contrast a tad as well. This path actually leads round past this tree on the left and out of the scene, but because it's being masked by this sort of shrub here, it kind of looks like it's leading into a light. And I think that's quite important for images like this. Often if there's a little bit of depth in the image, you kind of want something to lead the viewer through into the background, and I feel that's happened here. There's a couple of differences from the final image to this one, and they are that I've just these corners, this top right hand corner here and this top left hand corner here, I've just cloned out those two little light areas because I don't mind there to be a little bit of lightness in the misty woodland shots, but I think those two little spots would have been a little bit distracting, so I just cloned those out. So this image here is another one of my favourites from the trip, and the reason that I like this is because it has more colour in it, but it's still very subtle. It's still a very subtle image. And as I mentioned in the actual video itself, what I was intending to get here was almost like an archway of colour. So if you notice, you've got this tree here, the central tree, the main protagonist, if you like. You've got this little tree here on the right, and you've got this tree here on the left. And the leaves form an arch that then looks through into a lighter area of the background here. And that's kind of what I was aiming for when I took the shot. I like it because it's quite subtle and it's quite soft. There are no real harsh, sharp areas of focus, if you like. I mean, this is reasonably sharp, but it's also quite subtle because of the mist and the atmosphere. Now, for me, the main area of interest is obviously this main tree and also this little area through the back. And I could have cropped it in perhaps sort of down this line, getting rid of this tree here. But I kind of like the balance between the tree on the left and the little grouping of trees on the right, and this sort of green, not sure what the tree is here, this sort of bushy tree here, kind of adds a little bit into it as well. So I kind of felt that leaving it at that crop balanced it out really nicely. You may notice as well actually that in the video there was a log, a rather large log here, and that's been cloned out because I just think it was a little bit distracting. When I saw this scene originally, I wasn't 100% sure about it. I sort of just looked, and I think the main area of interest at the time was this main tree here in the middle, and this little bit of colour sort of on the, also, well, I guess middle left, middle right. And if you notice when you actually see the vlog itself, the image on the back of the camera is of this sort of area here and a little bit higher, and I'd almost discounted this fallen tree here, this little bit here, and some pieces over onto the far right. But actually, when I recomposed after I'd done my piece to camera, I just found that all of the elements, even though there's no strong one single focal point, seem to balance really well in this format. And this isn't a panorama, this is just a single image with a panoramic crop, just to kind of emphasize all the individual elements. I just think it kind of works quite well with all these strong verticals and a couple of horizontals to balance it out in a panoramic crop format. And I didn't want too much light on the scene, because looking through to here, this was actually the darkest area of the forest or the woodland, and there was no light really through the back at all. So I've actually brought this up a little bit more from what it was in the video, because I felt it was slightly too dark in the video. And yeah, I just really like it. There's just not one single component that you would call the main focal point, but all of the elements together make a really pleasing composition, I think. And this is the final image that I'm going to show you that was used in the vlog. And this is, again, another one that sort of battles to be my favourite, and from time to time I look at this one and go, no, this one's definitely my favourite. The reason I like this one so much is the light through the back is absolutely fantastic. It's the guy's interaction with the dog is brilliant. The side light on the three left-hand side trees is lovely, but it's the light, the really bright light through the back that makes this shot. And I didn't have to work too hard, really, to get that. I didn't do too much in post-processing because that light was already there. Now, the one thing about this image that is an unfortunate consequence of having a human element in it is the fact that because there's someone in it and I wanted to freeze their movement, I've had to shoot it at a higher shutter speed, which has meant a higher ISO. So I think this was shot at something like ISO 640, and if you zoom in you can really see it's a very grainy image actually. But that kind of works in black and white. I don't think there's an issue. That kind of adds to the atmosphere of it. It adds to the image. If there hadn't been the human element in there and you'd have had that grain, I don't think it would have worked so well, because you'd probably be asking yourself, well, why have you done that? And in fact, I did actually shoot this scene without anyone in it at ISO 100 at a longer shutter speed, but unfortunately for some reason I hadn't focused correctly, so those set shots came out of focus and blurred. So in the end, my idea was I was going to use that to almost provide the main part of the shot and then paste in or mask in the human element, but unfortunately, yeah, that didn't work out. But I actually like it as it is. I like the grain, I like the grunge and the sort of that atmosphere of it. It doesn't quite work quite so well when it's in colour, but it works really well when it's in black and white. So the vlog's actually been out for a little while now, and it's actually had over 1,000 views, so thank you very much to everyone who's viewed it. And why don't we have a little scroll through some of the comments and discuss those. So first off, I want to say a really big thank you to everybody who commented on this vlog. In fact, I want to say a big thank you to anyone who comments on any of my vlogs. It's one of the reasons I do it. It's one of the things that keeps me going. It's the interaction with you guys, the interaction with the community is just one of the most important parts of my whole vlogging experience. So thank you very much if you comment. I will say that I'm sorry I'm a bit slow these days in replying, but I do try to reply to as many comments as I can, and I've let a couple of videos slip over the past few months, but it's not for the want of trying. It's just sometimes other things get in the way and it's difficult to reply, but I really do appreciate all of your comments. fact, I haven't replied to any of these yet, but I will reply to them hopefully by the time this video goes out, or just after. Anyway, I wanted to just pick a few out. I wanted to say actually thank you. There's quite a lot of regular commenters on here. People like Peter Blackthorne, Julian Heritage, Gordon Thomas, Paul Bell, Simon Byrne, thank you very much, Bert Jake, Robin Grant, Pubcast guys, obviously, Darren Spooney, thank you Darren, I really appreciate your regular comments, Paul Lewis, Neil Thacker, Barry Johnson, Mark Dixon, Malcolm Fowler, Des Gardner, Graham Thompson, Ian Mack, Alan Coles, Nikki Fawkes, thank you. I do notice that you comment on a regular basis. It's very much appreciated. I just wanted to dip up to a couple of comments here, though, or dip into a couple of comments. One is from David Hurst. Now, I don't know if any of you guys know Dave, but he was one of the original guys who was out vlogging, and actually he was one of the guys who got me into vlogging in the first place. And he hasn't vlogged for a long time now, but it's nice to get comments like this from people like Dave. He says, I have to admit, mate, I've stopped watching lots of vloggers. I have my reasons, and I can count on one hand the few that I still watch, and you're one of them, and I'm happy about that, which makes me happy, so thank you, Dave. He said, I ain't had an interest in vlogging for ages, but now I'm recovered from an op at home. I'd love to just be out and about for a change, and this vid has picked up my spirits a bit, so thanks. Well, Dave, thank you for taking the time to comment, and I really hope that whatever op you had, it wasn't anything too serious and you're recovering. And any time you want to go out, any time you fancy it, once this whole pandemic's over, you just give me a shout, mate, and I'd love to come and spend a couple of hours with you out in the field somewhere. It'd be fantastic. So, and you know, I think there's many of us who'd love to see you back vlogging again as well. You know, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And Bernard Bruner as well, I want to say hi to you. Bernard's from Canada, so a bit tricky to get out photographing you, but it's another fantastic comment. Hi Gary, nice one, beautiful images, and the atmosphere of the whole video is just superb. Well, thank you very much. I'm trying to motivate myself to get back out and vlog again, and this video is pushing me closer to get off my comfy chair and just do it. Thanks Gary, this was very inspiring. Well, Bernard, this is part of the reason I do these vlogs, you know, to inspire other people. And you know, I've always enjoyed your vlogs, so please, you know, let this be an inspiration to you, or let this be a bit of a shove to you to get back out and vlog, because you know, missing your vlogs, mate. So yeah, thank you so much for commenting. So there's also some sort of obsession with my trainers in the comments here as well for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. I appreciate that the rest of my outfit in this video was black and I was wearing white trainers, but lots of people picked up on it. So like Julian Heritage, Brave wearing white trainers in winter too. Richard Swift, extra respect if you managed to keep your white trainers clean as well. Neil Thacker, it was smart to leave in the end as it got busier, not because of all the people, but to keep those white shoes from getting muddy. What's going on? Anyway, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who commented. It's very much appreciated. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it. Like I said, it may be something that I continue to do on a vlog-to-vlog basis, actually doing a behind the scenes of everyone, so you can maybe see a bit more about my thought processes, and maybe each week I'll focus on a different element of the vlog. So maybe the video editing one week, or the photo editing another week, or just the planning, etc, etc. Why don't you let me know in the comments if it's something that you would be interested in seeing more of. And until next time, that I may actually be out and about, I will see you again soon.